So I was trying to install Steam on this old unsupported, undisclosed Ryzen device, and I encountered a few issues along the way. I think mostly because I was not using an nvme drive but a SATA SSD. So in this video I will go through the entire installation process and show the workarounds I found to get it working. The first step on the journey is to get the SteamOS recovery image from the official website. Then, because I made this from Windows, I used Rufus to create a bootable USB stick with the recovery image. You will have to use a USB drive with at least 8 GB, and pro tip, try not to use a USB 2 drive. This makes the process very slow. Then, on the system you want to install, you have to find the boot from USB option. On mine, I have to press F12 during boot to get to the boot menu. Then select the USB drive. At this point we just have to wait a few minutes. The first boot from the USB is quite slow. You have to be patient. When you are finally on the desktop of the recovery image, if you have an nvme drive, you just go to wipe and install and proceed. Beware that all the data on the drive will be lost. But for a SATA SSD, you have to make some adjustments first. First thing, go to the Start menu, System, open KDE Partition Manager and look for your drive and unmount any partition that is mounted, and then go to create a new partition table, add a new partition like ext4 and then hit Apply Changes. This will wipe your drive. Take note on how your drive is called here. Usually it is SDA. Now open the file browser and go to the folder Tools, which is on the home folder. There you will find the script repair_device.sh. Right click on it and open it with Kate. Here at the top you need to change nvme 0 and 1 for SDA or the name of your drive, and delete the P for disk suffix. Also, down there on lines 446 and 467, where it says sanitize all, remove or comment those lines. Save the file and go back to the desktop. Now you can launch the wipe and install option and proceed. This process takes several minutes, so just wait until a pop-up window appears asking to reboot. After shutting down, you can remove the USB stick if you want. And when it turns back on, you eventually arrive at the welcome screen, where you select your language, time zone and network. Then it will try to update the system. I tried it a few times earlier today and it always got stuck or failed. If this happens to you, you can go back to the start of the welcome screen and press enter many times really fast. This seems to skip the updates and go to a login screen where you can enter your Steam account. After logging in, you can go to the power menu and switch to the desktop mode. Open KDE Partition Manager again and try to unmount the var partition. But maybe unmount some other partitions too, I'm not completely sure. Then if you go back to the game mode, the update should actually complete successfully. If you want, you can also run SteamOS-update on the terminal directly from the desktop mode. If you are having trouble getting to the login screen, you can also try the TTY with Ctrl-Alt-F5 for example. To log in, you just have to give the username deck and press enter. Here you can set a sudo password with passwd. Then you can see your partitions with lsblk and run sudo unmount and the partition that you want to unmount, like the var partition. After that, try running sudo steamos-update again. If it finishes successfully, you are basically done. You can press Ctrl-Alt-F1 to get back to the setup screen. You probably still need to reboot the system again, and if it hangs again, try going back and repeating the steps or just rebooting. Sometimes it gets unstuck this way. I personally think the installation process leaves a lot to be desired. It is painfully slow, doesn't support drives that are not NVMe, and doesn't support graphics that are not from AMD. If you want the convenience of SteamOS without all of these problems, maybe Bazzite is a better option. But any distro can work. I personally lean more on the side of lightweight distros like Ubuntu, that uses at least 1 GB less of RAM for the system itself, which is significant when you only have 8 GB or less of RAM. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and until the next time.